My dumbass uses the same verbiage that Gabby uses to describe herself, and she didn't like that. Well, bitch, maybe you shouldn't use that word to describe yourself then.
The double bachelorettes may have just had their worst villain so far. Hey guys, welcome back to another Bachelorette update. I low-key knew that the grocery store Joe and Josh Peck lookalike, aka Hayden, would let us down somehow. And before we get into it, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to ring that bell so you never miss out on any future videos. So Gabby and Rachel's season officially solidified some rules last week finally, when the girls chose to take their journeys separately for the rest of the season. At first, they were just dating all of the guys, as we saw, but then last week, some things were said that led the ladies to this decision. Last week was a rough one specifically for Gabby, when multiple men rejected her after a group date and told her that they were there for Rachel. But Hayden, in particular, said something very questionable to Gabby. When he sat her down to explain that he wanted to pursue Rachel, he told Gabby that it was because she was too, quote, rough around the edges. Now, despite Gabby telling Rachel about this, Rachel still ended up giving Hayden a rose, which brings us into this week's episode, which was basically Hayden's villain arc episode. While hanging out at the mansion with some of the other guys, Hayden went on a rant. He told the guys that he only called Gabby rough around the edges because that's what she says to describe herself. And then he called her the B word and said that maybe she shouldn't use those words to describe herself. Then in another instance, Hayden told the guys, quote, "I've been comparing my ex to like this, right? They don't hold a candle to her, and I don't want to just settle. And I can tell you right now, I don't see how any guy in here could be like, I'm effing marrying these girls." But despite saying all of this, he continued his efforts to pursue Rachel this week, but in the weirdest way possible. You guys, this part was so cringe and hard to watch for me. During the cocktail party, Hayden pulled Rachel aside to show her a book filled with pictures of his dog, Rambo. He explained that his dog has a brain tumor and only has a few months left to live. And then he told Rachel that he was telling her all of this to show her that he wouldn't be there if his intentions weren't to further their relationship. Hayden even went as far as to bring Rambo's favorite stuffed animal, which was a little duck that he had throughout all of his radiation appointments. And mid-conversation, Tino politely interrupted and asked if he could have time with Rachel, to which Hayden went back and told the guys that he thought it was messed up that Rachel up and left after he opened up about his dog. But then our knight in shining armor, Meatball, swooped in to tell Rachel all of the horrible things that Hayden had to say about her and Gabby. And then Rachel obviously confronted Hayden, and he denied everything about calling him the B word and comparing them to his ex. Rachel thankfully didn't believe him and then sent him packing off of the cruise ship. And you guys, this may have been my favorite exit interview of all time. Hayden then told the cameras that although he wanted it to work with Rachel, he wanted his dog Rambo more. He also said no one out there has the love that he has for Rambo and that Rambo has for him. And then Hayden actually took to Instagram to say that his behavior was disappointing and unacceptable, and then he apologized to both Gabby and Rachel. Now, all of Bachelor Nation obviously took all of this and ran with it, many criticizing his decision to leave his dying dog at home and then steal his favorite duck toy and take it to Rachel. And you guys, all in all, I'll just never understand how these people forget that they are being filmed at all times. Like, why would he say the things that he said when he knew it was on camera and then flat out deny it? I mean, I was rooting for him and I feel sad for Rambo, but he's a disappointment at the end of the day. But for now, that is all I have for you guys. Let me know all your thoughts about this past week's episode and Hayden being the villain down in the comments below. And again, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to ring that bell so that you never miss out on any other Bachelorette updates. I'm your host, Gianna Gravelisi. If you want to give me a follow on Instagram and come say hello. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.